Hi, I'm Ellis. I am the co-founder of HeatoilcompareUK or HeatoilcompareUK. On a just on a run here today with me. If you can see my dog Layla. No, Ebbie. So I've got two dogs. This one's Ebbie, my golden retriever. She doesn't normally like running, so we got a slightly slower one today. She's normally the one trailing behind, holding us back a bit. Even though she only is 4, but she's a typical retriever on the lazy side. The other dog, Layla, she's injured at the moment. I use her for working sometimes, and I think it makes she's twisted her side a bit, so she's resting today. So what I actually want to talk about is HeatoilcompareUK. So I'm Ellis, as I said, and I'm an ex-veteran, Raw Signals. Did just under 10 years as a communication systems engineer, and I set this company with my wife, who she's a pet, works for a pet caring company, and as an administration manager. And we really got together because, well, we moved into Raw Somerset. Well, my wife's from Raw Somerset, but I moved in my wife from Raw Somerset in 2021, and we bought a house that utilising heating oil. And what we realised when we first moved in, this was in, say, 2021, heating oil prices were pretty alright. I think it was roughly about £250 every 500 litres. I'll have to fact check that one. I'm sure it's about 250 quid. But probably a year later, when we got into the energy crisis, that pretty much doubled. And I can remember I think we're pretty much sure paying over £1 a litre. So made it roughly about 500 quid. And we felt the effects of that. But I'm not a pensioner. I'm not someone who lives on the breadline. I do alright for myself. And as you find with most rural villages, it's full of people that are pensioners who've lived there all their lives, and changes in energy costs can be massively dramatic to them, you know. And well, that's why the government's got the winter fuel payment for a start, and that's why I set this company up, because the lady that we bought a house from, she was elderly and living off a pension, I believe. She just kept using the same companies over and over again. So she gave us a leaflet when we walked in, and I can't remember what oil company it was. It was one of the local ones around here. And yes, they're typically quite a good price, but heating or energy prices going up is against our control. We can't do anything about that. But we decided to set this company up to do something that's within our control and drive competition and enable people, like the older people live here, or people like myself, general consumers, to be able to find the cheapest heating oil they can get.